So when I was in third grade, back in Bryant Grade School in South Chicago, I had an amazing teacher. Her name was Mrs. Carlson. And one bright, sunny fall morning, kind of a morning like today, where it was a little chilly in the air, she had us all come in and she had us separate boys and girls, and the boys on one side and the girls on the other side. And then she started handing all of us a little piece of paper. And none of us knew what was going on. And even though it's over 40 years ago, I remember it like it was yesterday. And then she said, well, boys and girls, this is a line to a song because we're all going to sing a song at the Christmas pageant. We're all going to be singing this song. So this is a line, and I want you to sing it. None of us knew this was an audition. So we all went through, and we all sang our different songs. And then it was my turn, and I stepped out and sang, 5 golden rings. It may not have been exactly like that. It may have been a little bit different. But to me, it felt like that. And Mrs. Carlson stopped, and she said, Brian, you're a singer. I didn't know what I was. She just gave me a label. And what I learned that day is I was a singer. And it's interesting because people see me in different roles. Some people see me as a father and a dad, which I love. Some people see me as a leader and a CEO, which I really enjoy. And other people see me as an entrepreneur and a world traveler because we're building our business in 23 to 30 countries all over the globe. And I'm always on an airplane. And I love all those roles. But really, I'm just a singer doing all those different things. And what I uncovered when I got the invitation to come here is really, we're all just singers. We're all just singers that are going to pick what we're going to sing and what roles we're going to play going forward. And then I thought, well, really, it's interesting because 20, 30 years ago, it was all about singing for your parents and maybe singing for a village and maybe singing a little bit locally, and you're lucky if you sang for the city. And now, boys and girls, the world is our stage. So if you're a singer and you've got something to sing and a role, the world is our stage. And what I thought I'd share with you is a few tips or a few ideas that us singers use to really make a difference out there or to really make an impact. And one of those, the first one I'll share with you, is called chiaroscuro. And if you know art, you know it's light and dark. The other is that it's the idea of contrast. It's soft and then really loud. And that gets someone's attention. And in a shrinking world, it's the same contrast. Michael hit upon it. It's the idea that we're shrinking technology and we have all these cell phones, which means we need more cell towers than ever before. We need hundreds and hundreds of new ones every day. We are shrinking our neighborhoods so that we could interview at our office last week alone people from Vietnam, Cambodia, India, China, Bangladesh, Russia, and Turkey, and even some from the US. Last week alone. Which means you need a lot more expanding airlines, air routes, etc., etc. So if we're shrinking the world and we're needing to expand, what do we need to expand? Well, the first one I'm going to say to you, I go the right way. I'm smarter than the clicker. The first one is, we're getting there, is you would think of it as connections. Because you look up there and we got to expand our connections. We got to expand all of these wonderful, great connections on Facebook. I need 500 and I need 1,000 all over the globe. And I need them on LinkedIn because they'll get me a job and everything. And although that is important, a connection is not a relationship. And you need to focus on expanding your relationship. So let me give you a prime example. If a connection is not a relationship, what is it? Well, for me, it's kind of like humming. So if you were to hum, you hum a little song, you hum a little tune. In fact, we're going to do an idea. Everyone grab your favorite song in your head. I don't care what it is, but grab it quickly. And on the count of 3, please start humming it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right, that's enough. Fine. That's great. That was beautiful. But really, that's a social network. Because you're humming your song, and you're humming your song, and you might hear it a little bit, and you might pop in and out, and hey, whoo, it's an update. You just caught a little bit of his humming. He's really only caring about his own song. That's not a relationship. He's just humming along. Now we're going to try something different. We're all going to sing at the count of 3 the ABC song. If you don't know it, lean into your neighbor. I guarantee they do. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. All right, good. You're good. You've all made the choir. All right, here's the point. We all had a common goal. We had a common purpose. We're on the same note. We're going to the same place, which is Z. Some want to go faster, some want to go slower. But it's a common goal. And that's a relationship. It's not I hummed along for 2 seconds. A relationship is important if you're going to expand into global business. You need people who can get off the plane and give you a hug. You need people who can wire you $500 because you can't get out. You need people who can show up and really help take care of you and you take care of them. And that is because of common goals and common purposes and common caring. So if you're going to start going global, build relationships, not just connections. I have a very good friend named Jiro in Japan. He works with us. He enjoys us. We built a 3-year-old relationship, not because he's intrigued by what I do, but because he has a son who is in alternative education and needs to get alternative tools. And he saw that we're bringing those, and it built that connection and that relationship to a deeper level. So the next thing, if you're going to be in a shrinking world, is that you need to expand and plan to make a much bigger impact. So I am constantly approached by entrepreneurs, by social innovators, people who want to do good, people who want to bring a change in the world, or people just have an idea. Somehow I attract them, and they start to tell me very quickly about their bird. Now, their bird is amazing. It has red feathers at the end. It has a nice white head at the top. It's really, it's a great, great bird. And I see it as they talk. They're just really focused, which we need to be focused. And as I'm listening to them, I'm constantly thinking, where's the elephant? What are we missing here? You're thinking about making an impact with the bird. And what I'm saying to you is, you're missing the elephant. That's what you need to be thinking of. If you're going to be in a shrinking world, you better expand your vision. You better expand your vision, because we have the tools, the technology, and the opportunities that if we're going to work with a bird there, we can also bring the whole elephant into the room. And so when I sit and get excited, it's when I talk to people who are building that paper house, and they're constantly at the same time explaining to me, I've got this vision. I'm not sure what it is. It's not totally in focus, but I'm building a city. I'm going to build a city. The problems of today demand that you have the vision to impact the city. The problems of today are not in our neighborhood. They're in our shrinking world. Now, it's interesting that if you're going to expand your relationships and you're going to expand your vision, you're going to have some challenges if you go down the traditional route of doing everything you can to collect toys. Okay? So, my dad, who's one of my heroes, is a preacher. He's passed away, and he buried a lot of people. He buried, unfortunately, hundreds of people. And his favorite phrase that he would say is, I've never seen a trailer or a U-Haul behind a hearse. So if your goal is to collect things, I want a shiny car. I want a shiny boat. I want a nice big house. I want this. None of it's going with you. None of it's going in a box. And nobody cares about it a month after you're gone. Nobody cares. And so a challenge for me is when I get pegged to be a social entrepreneur. Because I have a hard time believing there's another type. There's enough things that we need to be working on that really you should combine your entrepreneurial spirit. You could combine all your talent, all of your skill, and work on those now. Whether it's global hunger, whether it's global education, whether it's global climate change, working on it now. But a lot of people say, it's just me. I'm just one little voice. I'm just one little heart. And I see people like my friend John in New Zealand who says, we want to make a difference in Myanmar. So he and his friend traveled there and they found a project. And they found a leprosy colony that literally had 300 people. And these people could not get to the village to be able to get medical care. They lost 2 last year because of it. They couldn't take their kids to school. And he's like, what could we do? What could we do? Well, they're raising money for a truck. They'll have it probably in 2 or 3 months. Simple $12,000, change their whole world. My perspective, and the one I would like to see you shift towards, is that if you're going to be in a global world and you're going to be in the shrinking world, you have to take your heart and you have to expand it. You have to expand it in the idea that it has to be as big or bigger than the whole world. Because when you pair it up with the education you're getting and an expanded group of relationships all over the world, and then you pair that up with an expanded vision that helps you look at the bird and figure out the elephant and start expanding that vision, then you can take your heart and you can start putting it towards solving the world's problems. Don't think a single voice can't make a difference. This is a single voice, and I'm going to share it with you. It's my daughter, Bella, who happens to be 9. When I was in 3rd grade, she's in 3rd grade. And see if you know what I mean when a single voice starts to make a difference. I know I have it on here. What did they do to me?
Help. I'm so sorry.
They said it would be 1 click.
Yes.
Sorry again.
This pretty planet spanning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around, all through the night, safe till the morning light.
Okay, guys, go make a change.